Hello, this is Ellie. You found the Hidden Grove, and today I am going to be comparing two decks that, I don't know, I just feel like they have a similar vibe. It's the Woven Path Tarot and the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. And I don't still have the box for the Witch's Garden because it's one of those huge, clunky Llewellyn boxes. But let's start with just what the decks are like, why I chose to compare them. So this was a Kickstarter deck. I just got it in. It is a multi-artist, one of those where every card is a different artist in this deck. The backs are gilded in like both this gold and like a coppery color, and then the sides are gilded too. And then on the front of the cards, these have spot gloss to accentuate some of the art in the cards. Now, the reason I'm comparing these two is because I don't know if I would use this deck. I like it. I think the art is beautiful, but the imagery, you know, each card is different, and it just feels more like an art piece to me than a actual tarot deck, and I feel like I could appreciate that from afar and give it to someone who would actually use it. Rather, this deck, the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, does feel very useful to me. I feel like I could whip it out in a reading anytime. I'm not worried about the spot gloss or the gilding, and these cards are kind of thick too. I'm comparing them because they both feel very witchy to me. I don't know, it's just the vibes were similar. And I don't have any other decks like this Witch's Garden deck besides, I think, Tarot of the Hidden Forest. Well, no, that's not the name of the deck. Forest of Enchantment Tarot. The Forest of Enchantment Tarot is kind of similar to this vibe. Not really. No, I don't have any other decks like this. Besides maybe this one. So I feel like I'm kind of considering maybe if this one would be better suited to a new home, and if they're similar enough. Okay. Another couple differences is that the Woven Path Tarot also includes 13 zodiac cards, 13 extra cards, zodiac cards, including this one card that isn't usually in the traditional zodiac system. It's a different system. I think it's Ophiuchus. I don't know. I've heard of it, the name before, but I don't know much about it. 13 extra zodiac cards. And let's start with a comparison. I've been babbling. So, also the main difference between these two decks also, I think, is in the cup suit. The Woven Path Tarot has the most fiery cups suit I have ever seen. It's very Scorpio energy, so that's interesting too. This one is very watery and has that vibe. Okay, so let's start the comparison. Here's the Fool. I mean, they're both pretty standard Fools. This clearly has, the reason this is called the Woven Path Tarot is because the central theme to the deck is every piece is supposed to be based off of like medieval tapestries, so it does have that kind of tapestry element in the background here. Okay, we have the symbol for air going on in this Fool. Here's our Magician. I mean, these decks are very different, but it's the vibe. It's the vibe that makes me want to compare them. This Magician is hard for me to really, it's like, if this was blown up into an art print, I would absolutely love it. But as a card this size, it's just so much going on. I feel like in a spread, it wouldn't work for me. This one, she has Mercury symbol on her necklace. High Priestess. They both have scrolls. There's pomegranates in both. We have the moon. Actually, it's interesting. They both kind of have this like horn thing going on. You can see a bit of the spot gloss here but yeah, High Priestess. These Empresses are very similar. like the cornucopia. I'm going to move through this faster just because I don't want to have to. Let's see. I love this Hierophant. She's really just like a teacher of the forest. She's ready to share her knowledge with these children. This one is a more traditional kind of like Pope figure. It's super dark. Not a huge fan. I actually love this Lover's card. This one's beautiful too. Both pretty standard chariots. We have a similar blue going on here. I like the spot gloss on this one. I don't know if you can see like in the stars here. White horse, black horse. Yeah. Strength. Hermit. This very different art style than what we've been seeing so far. But again, it has that tapestry-like feel. They both have their lanterns. This one definitely feels more traditional hermit. This one, I don't know if I feel the solitude, but yeah, I mean, all the imagery's there. Wheel of Fortune. I love that the like pan imagery here. This one, I understand like the sick woman in it, kind of like her fortunes are down. She had a bad, you know, she's at the bottom of the wheel here. But I don't, it's a lot. Okay. Justice. Another thing about this deck is that the cards are misnumbered. So the Wheel of Fortune is numbered 11 and Justice is numbered 10. I emailed Llewellyn about it, but they have not gotten back to me yet. Justice. Hanged Man. I never noticed this, but the thing that's like hanging with this guy in this card looks kind of like a tail almost of some animal. I don't know. This guy looks like he's in a sort of trance. I love this death card. Wow, it's actually very similar. We both have the children reaching up towards our skeletal reaper image. It's interesting. Temperance. She has wings. She doesn't need them. Devil. Tower. This one is very mythic. Feels like it's based in lore. I don't know, the dragons and this kind of like witchy woman being elevated. This one I feel like is really real life. You know, like I feel this experience. Like I can imagine my younger sister and I had a treehouse growing up, and I'm imagining what if our treehouse got set on fire? You know, it feels like a more relatable experience. Very similar star cards. We have these the white-haired woman. She almost looks inhumanly pale in both of these. It's almost like she is water, like in some way. Oh yeah. Because this one has so many different artists, it's interesting. Sometimes you get like a super traditional card, like this moon. It's almost like a Marseille style moon card. This is a phoenix, but it takes, this art is a lot. It takes a lot to like get to, oh, it's a phoenix. I feel like the lines, I don't know, one way or the other. It's interesting there's two people in this world card. I mean, within the circle. There's people here, but they're more kind of representing, they're like outside of the circle. I've never seen this. Ace of Wands. Two of Wands, similar. They both have a crystal ball. Three of Wands. This looks more like a world image to me, kind of that like dancing. She just needs one arm up and she's good. The rose, or no, this is, I guess, a lotus, but the flowers are similar here. Oh, look at the horns here and here. Five of Wands. This Five of Wands is so fun. They're both great. Six of Wands. See what I mean about the vibes of these decks? Like the art isn't so similar, but it's just the vibe. Like they, yeah, maybe you don't. That's okay. I love this Seven of Wands. Like it feels really, it's a lot, like there's a lot happening, so I don't know if I would like it in a big spread, but just like she's built herself up into this tower. She's really defending her place up here. Eight of Wands. I really get the tapestry feeling of this card. So witchy. Nine of Wands. This is a very sad Knight of Wands. I don't like this card at all. He looks really upset and empty and not like I would imagine the Knight of Wands to be. Queen of Wands. They're both beautiful. We have the black cat in both. I love this card, but here's the fiery cups I'm about to talk about. These are probably the least similar of all of the suits between these two decks. But I love this one. I get a lot of like sea witch energy from the Witch's Garden cups. See, we have like this dragon energy here. This is more traditional. Three of Cups. It's a great card. Love the energy here too. Four of Cups. I love this Four of Cups. I don't know if I really understand this one because this feels more active than I would imagine the Four of Cups to be. Like there's an active alchemy mixing going on rather than that kind of like boredom or like ignoring the world outside. Oh, I guess there's figures down here looking pretty sad under that cup, but they're very hard to see. So I'll do this one. Five of Cups. Love this. I just love fairies and anything. This also feels like a kind of out of place card in this deck, but you know, different artists. So this one is great. It's like the looking for ingredients sort of thing. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Have her Sea Witch here. This person looks too dissatisfied to be Nine of Cups. See this with the bird and the flowers in the back? This has almost a more of a Nine of Pentacles imagery. And I don't know if I left enough time on that, whatever. Page of Cups. Fish in the cup of that. Knight of Cups. Like how it's like he's almost... This gives me the impression of someone making a wish in a magical fountain. Queen of Cups. Love this. This is nice because it's not just the three swords through the heart. You know, we have a bit of an extra image of the emotions that that's supposed to evoke. This one, no. Love this. This is great too. Love this too. It's classic. These are both really great Nine of Swords. I really get the tapestry out of this. This one feels very relatable. I don't love this image. I prefer this, even though they're both very intense and bloody. It's harder to see for whatever reason with the lion than with the person. This is a harder image for me. Sorry if I'm talking too quietly. Knight of Swords. Ooh, zombies. That's fun. They both have, there's a scroll and a book. Both knowledge seekers. All right, we're in the coins. This one is interesting. It's like a two sides of self sort of image. This one is more of that juggling, dance, balance sort of image. Different meanings. Three of Pentacles. I don't get Three of Pentacles from this. I don't get any. I prefer this for sure. But I would have liked to see more of like a teamwork going on. I guess you have her little animal helper friends, but she seems pretty independent here. Four of Pentacles. Oh, I love this one. Becoming solidified in your like stubbornness, protection of objects. Five of Pentacles. This is a very traditional image. This one is good too. I feel the emotion of the Five of Pentacles here too. Six of Pentacles. This feels more based in like transactions between two people. This feels like there's almost a spirit or a higher power giving grace to us in the mortal world. Seven of Pentacles. Both great. We're both in pumpkin patches. Eight of Coins. I really like the spider here weaving her web, weaving her tapestry. This one is good because you get that same, like we saw the Hierophant. I think these are the same characters, that teaching, that hard work that comes along with the tradition of the Hierophant, needing to work at tradition and learning. I like that. See a continuation there. Nine of Pentacles. Both very classic. Here you kind of see, what I like about this one is you see like the rewards of her hard work and her independence. You see the wine from the grapes. She's growing the vines and she has something to show for it, which I love. 10 of Pentacles. Some of these cards are kind of too dark for me. More rabbits. More King of Coins. There we go. All right, so there's my comparison of Tarot of the Witch's Garden and the Woven Path Tarot. The last thing I want to bring up is the guidebooks. You know, this is a Llewellyn deck, so it came in one of those big boxes. And we have this big guidebook to go along with it, which has these huge full color images, which I feel like, you know, it's great to look at the details of the card, but also kind of unnecessary because I have the cards right in front of me. But it's cool because maybe I'll find something in these images that are blown up that I wouldn't have seen before. So I see the use here. I like that the way that this guidebook feels like every entry is a story. Like it feels, I love the descriptions of the cards. It feels very storybook. I usually don't read the guidebooks for tarot decks. Oracle decks, yes I do, but with tarot, I kind of just like, if I can see the meaning, I can see the meaning. But this one I really enjoy. I enjoy this storybook feel. And this guidebook is nice because it describes the art in each card, and I feel like that's great when you have multiple artists. See, like we have, it tells you the artist, it tells you on each card the artist as well, but like it tells you the artist and then it describes the card. So the Two of Coins, coins upon her eyes, she floats through the sky, her mind, her intent, her thoughts torn in two. So you get the card described to you and what the imagery means, which I really enjoy in a guidebook, and I think that that is the best use of the space in one of these. This one fits in the box with the deck. And it's cool because when you close the deck into the box, there's this like empty hole here, and this symbol on the guidebook shows through the box. Yes, I would love to hear your thoughts. I am still very undecided about this deck. I think it's, you know, I don't think, I'm going to try and read with it a while. I mean, I've been trying, and like I said, some of the cards are just, the images are really hard to see. Some of them are too busy to be in a spread, but I'm going to keep trying because I'm not totally sure yet if I want to get rid of it. But this has solidified my love for this deck. This deck is amazing. So yeah, I wish it was on the old Llewellyn cardstock because that's kind of my favorite cardstock. I mean, linen is great too, but I get kind of distracted by the texture of the card sometimes, and I'm not looking at the image, I'm looking at the texture of the card itself. So that's my qualm with this one. Anyway, yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.